everyone, it's episode 5 of Trini Carnival Eats, and you know the ultimate carnival meal is Pilau. It's considered the unofficial national dish of Trinidad and Tobago, and it's one of the most iconic one-pot meals. So come make some with me today. Of course, we need a whole chicken, and Kevin already went ahead and cut up and cleaned this one for me. And I just put it here on this large strainer just to drain any excess liquid. And if you didn't have a whole chicken, you can use chicken thighs, you could use breast, any pieces you want. Personally, if I don't have a whole chicken, I like to use chicken thighs. So while that sits, I'm making a green seasoning blend with some ginger, garlic, cilantro, and some shadow beni or bandhania. And I'll just pulse it into a chunky paste. To season the chicken, I'm adding some salt, black pepper, the green seasoning that we made, some pimento, and a small hot pepper. And I'll add some soy sauce and some ketchup. The soy sauce and ketchup are totally optional. I just like adding it because it gives the chicken a nice color. Actually, it gives the pilau a nice color because I don't use a lot of sugar when I'm stewing. I'm giving it a good mix to get the chicken coated evenly. And I forgot to add thyme or scallion, so that goes in now. Let the chicken marinate in the fridge overnight or for at least 30 minutes before cooking. These days, I use brown rice for pilau, but parboiled rice is my absolute favorite rice for this. I know back home a lot of people call parboiled rice brown rice, but it's actually not the same. So I'm using 4 cups of rice, and you know we wash our rice on this part of YouTube. So go ahead and give it a good rinse and pick out any black grains that you see. Then fill the bowl of rice with water and let it soak. This is my trick to making a real best pilau. When I was younger and my mom was making pilau, she'd always soak the rice while she was prepping everything. And sometimes I forget to do it, but these days I've been doing it and I just love the way my pilau turns out now. So try it and let me know what you think. The rice grains are perfectly plump and the pilau actually doesn't make me feel bloated when I eat it. So definitely try it out. I'm making some coconut milk now, and of course you can use canned or powdered milk, but fresh is always best. Crack open a dry coconut, take the nut out, and cut it into small pieces to put in the blender. I love that my blender has a nut milk setting. This is the Instant Pot Ace Nova, I think. I'm not sure if they still carry it, but I love this blender. It makes coconut milk and oat milk and almond milk really, really good. I'll blend it with 2 cups of water and pour it into a cheesecloth. Squeeze it really good to get all the milk out, and use the extra coconut in a bread or maybe in a dessert or something. I'm making some mini coconut bakes for my little man. Next, I'll boil the frozen pigeon peas for 10 minutes before using it in the pilau. If you're using canned, then you just need to strain it and wash it thoroughly. Now it's time to cook. And I already prepped all my veggies, so everything's ready to go into the pot. I'm adding avocado oil to the pot, about 1.5 tablespoons. And to stew, I'm adding a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, and that's 4 tablespoons. It might look like a small amount of sugar, but I don't like using a lot of sugar in pilau, so that's why I like to add the soy sauce. Usually for this amount of pilau, some people would add close to 1 cup of sugar. To me, that's too much and it gives the pilau too much of a sweet taste. Let the sugar melt and get frothy and bubbly like this. You'll see it starts to get a dark amber color, and that's what we're looking for. Once it goes light and then it goes dark, then you add the chicken in. So now I'm adding in my seasoned chicken. And it's very gloomy today, so the lighting isn't that great, and then with the added steam, I know it's really difficult for you to see. Give the chicken a good mix to get it coated with that lovely dark brown sugar. Once all the chicken pieces have an even color, add the soaked rice in. The rice absorbed all that water and it's nice and plump, and if you didn't know, you would think that the rice is fully cooked already. Soaking actually helps it to cook more evenly, and then it gives the pilau a really nice texture when it's done. Give the rice and chicken a good mix to also get it coated with that nice caramelized sugar. Now add the veggies in. I have carrots, onions, celery, sweet peppers, pumpkin, and thyme. I'm adding everything in and giving it a good mix as well. Now I'm adding the fresh coconut milk, and I'll add some annatto or roucou powder and a bay leaf. Now I'll add 8 cups of water. So I'm adding 6 cups from the mug, and then I put 2 cups into the bowl that I had the chicken in just to get the seasonings out. You can also use chicken or vegetable stock in place of water. I added 3 cups of coconut milk, 8 cups of water, and the rice was soaked in about 3 cups of water, giving me exactly 14 cups of liquid. So if you like a drier pilau than I do, then just add about 10 cups of liquid instead. Add some salt and black pepper now, and once the pot starts to bubble, lower the heat and cover it tightly. Leave it to cook for about 30 minutes and try not to raise the lid during that time. While that cooks, I'll make a quick coleslaw. To my cabbage and carrots, I'm adding some salt and black pepper, and I also added a little bit of green seasoning and pimento already. In goes some mayo, mustard, apple cider vinegar, and white vinegar. Now I'm adding some agave, and you can use white or brown sugar or any other sweetener that you want. I'm just adding and tasting as I go. "30 minutes is up now, and our pilau is coming along nicely. Now I'm adding the pigeon peas and 3 tablespoons of the green seasoning that I made earlier. I'll also add a little bit of some minced pimento peppers. Let this cook for 5 minutes and turn the heat off. And the pigeon peas is gonna continue to cook in that residual heat. We don't want it to overcook. We want it to still have a little bite. So I started calling my pilau wap on social media, and that just created a whole trend. Now anybody who likes wet pilau, they all call their pilau wap. So this is how I like my pilau. I like a wap. So some people like it dry, so if you add the 10 cups of water with 4 cups of rice, then your pilau is gonna turn out a lot drier than this. Now I like to finish it with 2 tablespoons of Irish butter. If you like using salted margarine, then add that to finish. Add some fresh herbs and it's done. Here I'm adding some bandhania, cilantro and thyme. And if you like the bonbon at the bottom of the pot, then raise the heat to high right before it's finished cooking and don't stir it, and you'll get that nice crispy bonbon at the bottom. And our chicken pilau is ready to lash. I didn't make it as wet as I usually do because I wanted it to be more in between, not dry and not wet, just moist. Today I'm serving up my pilau with coleslaw, some watercress or greens and cucumber, and of course a piece of raw pepper. Usually I make pepper choker or coconut chutney, but most Trinbagonians love their coleslaw on the side. And that's how I make a lashin chicken pilau. It has a good balance of carbohydrates, protein and fats, and it's one of my favorite easy one-pot meals to make. My husband loves it, and now my son does too. Check how he busting down his pilau, and he picking out all the meat first, just like a true Trini. Hope you enjoyed my video today. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry I took so long to post. Life with a toddler is just different every day. Thank you so much for spending time with me in the kitchen today. Until next time. Bye. Keep well and stay healthy.